More speeches to go, okay? We're nearly there. Now, before I get started, I just want to say I am slightly disappointed. After years of listening to Ross and Jade, having great adventures, making unforgettable memories in Disneyland World, Florida, it got to the point where I thought the only reason they still must be going there is, you guessed it, organizing the most magical Disney wedding, whisking us away, all expenses paid trip for the occasion. Alas, here we are. So I don't want to hear any moaning. Let's just get on with it and just try to enjoy ourselves, please. Okay. I'm joking, of course. So I'd like to properly start by thanking everyone for being here to celebrate this special occasion. For those who don't know me, my name is Tom, and for all members of the Stag Do, Tom too. Although that is under contention at the moment. Now, it is a cliche that people say that, oh, I've known so-and-so for as long as I can remember. But the reasons these things are cliche is that they're often true. I don't remember me and Ross being introduced to each other. My earliest memory was us being best of friends. We used to play for hours on end, sometimes throughout the night. We shared many interests from together from a young age. And when we started to outgrow playing with toys and spending every minute we had playing the Sky Interactive SpongeBob game before school, often making us late, we discovered a great love for music. Ross, having a gift for keyboard very early on in life, he later extended his musical arsenal to guitar, to which I also played. From then on, we wanted to be known as artistes. However, our stairway to heaven never came, and so we had to settle for a just passable cover of Taylor Swift's Love Story, as well as an outstanding heartfelt music video of Ed Sheeran's Lego House. For anyone that hasn't seen it, it's well worth a viewing just to see Ross's immaculate Justin Bieber haircut. Growing up with Ross, if I had to describe him in 2 words, it would be chaotically functional. He's the best at getting things done, albeit with a number of side quests that will inevitably affect his timekeeping. For example, those who have had the pleasure of spending a night with Ross will be aware that he struggles to get up in the morning, bless him. One of my favorite memories involves him staying over at ours, taking full control of the lighting so we could keep declaring nighttime. When he had finally awoken, already late for our date watching a football game, all would be well if we left immediately. Cue him switching on the shower to start getting ready on what we affectionately call Ross time, otherwise known as GMT -1. But nevertheless, we made it and had a great time together watching 79 minutes of world-class football. A number of months passed, and it was then Ross's turn to host. I got on my train from Paddington Station and arrived at Ross's uni accommodation next to early evening. Ross very kindly offered to make homemade pie. Sounds lovely, I thought. Until, like an episode of Ready, Steady, Cook from Hell, I was presented with the ingredients. Pastry, check. So far, so good, I thought. Until a family-size, vacuum-packed bag of meat, lacking in description of animal or cut, slightly purple in color, was presented. Panic started to set in. But no, I thought, a pie is only as good as its gravy. Then an opened, half-empty jumbo tub of KFC gravy was then put on the counter to complete the unholy trinity. There was a happy ending, however. We didn't eat pie that night. But cooking wasn't the only skill Ross picked up at uni. Now, at the risk of being lynched, I don't want to cast shade over the many accountants in the room, but it's safe to say that it didn't really itch Ross's creative side. As over the years at uni, he dabbled in tie-dye shirts, the art of fudge making, and perfecting the Rabona, an audacious South American football trick, although that was the day we discovered that Ross's ankles resembled the structural integrity of Weetabix. Suffice to say, Jade has done an excellent job domesticating Ross, steering him more into the direction of functional than chaotic. On that segue, let's take some time to appreciate the main star of the show here, and that is the wonderful Jade. Woo! When Ross first introduced us to Jade, it was clear they were both made for each other. from their similar sense of humor and appetite for adventure, it didn't surprise us when Ross asked Jade to marry him. It's evident how happy you make each other. And Jade, not only do you have the patience of a saint, but you're also warm-hearted, unwavering, and witty. We have no doubt Ross is in safe hands. You've also shown that Ross was capable of falling in love with someone who isn't called Tom. So on that note, I'd like to ask everyone here to please raise a glass and join me in wishing Ross and Jade a lifetime of happiness together. So Ross and Jade.